1, 2, 4. I go up to about 7,000 litres, I guess. Close enough. I'll close the lid. It's kind of handy having that on site. Although 12. Okay, 1242 was the cost there. Now let's see if I completely blew it. 2,000. 246. We did about 7. So 7,000 divided by 4. What times? So 7 times 450. Don't do math on a stream. So call it 7. Is that 7? No, divide by 2. By 2 is 1,575. We did finish 17. So, okay. That is awesome. That's actually cheaper buying it from there than bringing the big bags back from the store. So, good to know. Yes, not only did we finish 17, we also ended up with an extra uh, 78,000 litres of wheat that we can now sell. So all in all, that was a good contract to do. It also funded us getting a field service trailer because we ran out of diesel in the JCB, and on top of that, we made a good amount of money on straw. So since we did 17, I've also done another field which was full of spelt, and we got the straw from that and payment for that one. That was Sunday's or Saturday's job. And now being the last day of summer, we've actually got things to do on our farm, and this is probably a job I should have done a while ago that I'm now deciding it's going to be worthwhile. Where did I put the the challenges on the slurry tank? So yeah, we'll finish off the digestate spreading on this field, and then we'll I must admit, I'm not sure how much grass seed we've got left, because it's not a major crop that I'm planting, and yeah, once it's been planted you don't have to do it again. Oh, I don't. You don't have to turn off the spreader when it's on automatic. Okay. We're going, oh, we've still got way too much line left over. So we added about 7,000 into the tank. I've still got 5,000 left. That's actually, it was 5,000 to do the first bit, so yeah. We are going to need some more lime later as we buy more fields. Okay, that counts as done, although coverage doesn't look like it is. And swing over that bit. That counts as done. And there's this patch over here which also probably counts as done. So 10 after 4, quarter after 5 game time. Alright, let's fold up the arms there. We'll stick this down in the yard and get back in the Challenger. We'll sort out all the big bags later. I've got to unload this and then put the fertilizer back in, which may be a problem. So I've got half a digestate tank here, 45%. That's okay. We will do this field. And there we go. Much easier to see when you've got some contrast. I mean, there is a little bit of contrast between ploughed and ploughed with slurry, but it can be difficult to see, especially depending on which direction the sun's predominantly coming from and which direction you're actually looking. But this is good. We are, as I said, we're going to need some manure on all these fields as well, but I think we've got to plant this one before we can manure the others. So I'm probably going to have to hitch this up to the planter first. I don't think I've got anything else that plants. So we'll grab the seeder, fill it with grass and plant this field. Then I'll worry about collecting the silage bales over on 3 and shipping all of the silage bales down to the BGA. We'll store them there to ferment. Oh, I don't have to do this. Oh, it counts twice. Ooh. Well, that's kind of okay. We'll plant the grass, and then when we come over with the liquid fertilizer, because it's on automatic, it will completely cover the field to as much as needs to be done. So we're not going to overdo any part of this. But by spreading digestate, we are saving the cost of the costly fertilizers, solid and liquid fertilizers that we could use. So hopefully there's enough room there. Whoa! There's a fence. There's another fence. Yeah. Fences. It was turning the wrong way. I don't think I'm going to make that turn. No. Fix this very easily, am I? It probably should get out and move the case, but we made it. Okay, so the fertilizer bag's in the way. Now, commonly I don't use solid fertilizer, but because our planter takes it, we use solid fertilizer in the planter. Although, because typically the crops that we plant don't need a lot of nitrogen, it doesn't actually get exhausted very quickly. And we'll reverse that back to there. Forward a little. Can jump out, listen to the church music. Pick that up. We attach it there, then we walk close. Pull the handle. Yay. then we fill the tank. And the same is true filling from the semi-trailer and everything else. Okay, precision farming, taking soil samples, you have to do it the first, well, you don't. Okay, we've just proved you don't have to do it, but if you don't do it, then you're going by pure blind guesswork as to how much nitrogen you're adding to a field and how much lime you're adding to a field. But outside of that, you can, you do it the once. If you look at the map we have currently, all of the fields that are kind of orange on this display and the semi-green ones, these are all the fields that we own that we've analysed. I haven't analysed 6, I don't need to. It's a grass field that is filling up the sheep trough. This is also ours. It's a what is it? It's a pasture, and so you can see it only highlights where the field is. So 6 highlights, this doesn't. This is not being ploughed. Up until today, this had not been ploughed, so it wouldn't show in blue when I click on it. This field doesn't belong to me, so I can click on it, it doesn't do anything. But you buy the field, you turn the pump off, get out. You buy the field, you analyse the ground, and then you're just good to go at that point. There we go, and left click to drop that. So yeah, if you're using the manure system, most of the manure spreaders seem to have that flow control handle, and you have to right click on it when you're standing facing the right direction, close enough to it in order to engage it so that you can use the pump to load or unload the digestate that's in the, or slurry that's in the tank. So cart 3, again, welcome to the stream. The farm is going well. We have we're late summer, so we're well into our harvest. We've harvested all of the triticale. Tomorrow we will have, I expect to have, sugar beets and sunflowers ready to harvest. So I'm kind of done doing contracts for a couple of days. And we have a good amount of money in the bank. We're 265. I do need some more equipment. I don't have any potato harvesting equipment. So that's something we're going to need to take care of this year, because I have a field of potatoes. Sugar beet harvesters, we've got the only sort of non-draper crop I'm growing, main crop I'm growing is sunflowers, so we're using helianthus headers for that as opposed to the corn header. And our harvester is getting a little bit on the small side. We did harvest field 19 and that did take about 10 hours because 25-foot header and an 8,000 litre capacity tank. So if I want to do that again, I'm going to have to take care of it. Excuse me a minute, I'm going to shut the mic off. Okay, spam phone calls, yay. So yeah, Greenwich Valley, not a map I've taken a deep look at. I did kind of look at it, but I settled on this one as my long-term gameplay episode. But outside of that, this is very mature farm. We're working on our 4th year on the farm itself, although it's only the 1st year on this version of the map. Unfortunately, I just finished all of the harvest for year 3. Was just heading into winter when my hard drive totally failed. I couldn't recover anything from it, and so I lost all of the game save data. Now, fortunately, I had stream information and what have you, so I rebuilt the farm as best I could using various tools like software developer toolkit, whatever it was called, and we added in most of the mods that I had been using. There were a couple I could not retrieve because they were from sites like FS UK, which no longer exist. And I took the opportunity to switch from Oxygen David's base Oakfield farm to the Farming Agency's version. So we have Maize Plus, the manure system. What else do they have running on this? All the stuff, all the fun stuff. We've been using seasons from the get-go, so seasons is not a new thing. I also added precision farming when we switched to this map as well, since I was going to have to rebuild all the fields and rebuild everything else. It was just easier to say, okay, well, the game save is a complete new start, but the series itself is, for the most part, a continuation. And we're now down to, it's the end of the 1st year, so we're back where I'm happy with where we are. We harvest a field, we prepare it for planting, even if we're not planting right away. I'm missing bits. It's the first year is always hardest because you're having to prepare completely virgin fields, and that's not how things usually happen once you're going. This is a good time of year. We've harvested a bunch of fields, so I can plough what needs to be ploughed, cultivate what needs to be cultivated, put oilseed radish in for the winter, spread manure, plant winter crops. All of that sort of thing can take place now. And the first year that the game is going on, I have to go refill it. Oh, poo. But the first, your initial setup, you're having to do that in spring when you want to be getting crops in the ground as well. So it's all very, very rushed. Now it's very leisurely. I want to get this field completed and planted with grass, just because if it's planted with grass, there is a possibility that I will be able to mow it at the end of fall and actually get some income from it. Whereas, if I leave it till tomorrow, that might not happen. So I'm rushed for that purpose. But outside of that, we're taking it easy. The two, what were the fields we did? Pick it up. Right click, yes. Right click for the handle, and we'll get there. But the triticale fields are done. Sunflower seed fields aren't even harvested yet, but we'll harvest those. And we've got days to get them cultivated and prepared for next year. And since they're going to be planted with cereal crops, that's probably going to be just immediately planting them with some form of cereal. I haven't decided which one yet. And then I've got the potato field and the sugar beet field. They're both going to, once they're harvested, I'm going to have to plough them if I want to keep the yield good. And that's filled up, so... Oh, the pump automatically turned off because it's empty. There we go. Close the handle. Whoops. Let's try that again. Close the handle. Press the left button to drop the pipe. But there's ample time. And then come spring, the only fields I'm worried about are the spring crops, or the summer crops. So planting sunflowers, I can't plant them now. I'm putting oilseed radish in those fields. We're going to have to cultivate them come spring and plant them. And I don't think we can plant them till late spring. So early spring, I'm really not going to have a lot of work to do. The only thing that may need to be taken care of is if I buy some new fields, my income for the year doesn't come until early December, or early winter. So because of that, it's going to take time out to get those fields prepared. Because we're limited to, we've got 260 at the moment. We're working our fields to ensure our end of year income, and I still need a potato harvester, or not necessarily a potato harvester, some potato harvesting equipment. And so because of that, we're going to need money to do that with. And it looks like the slurry spreader spreads anyway, so we'll just make it look pretty. I might need to send the semi-trailer down to the BGA and pick up some more digestate, because we still have field 3 to do. So it looks like, coming back to here, we did a test spread there, and it did count even before we applied the soil scanner. But running over it again has doubled it up. I'm guessing I could probably drive back into field 9 and put some more digestate down there again, and it would add. I'm not going to, because that's probably a bit cheating. Now, as far as this tank is concerned, we do not have nearly enough digestate to fix that with, to finish field 3 off. So we'll let's park this closer to the fence so it's less in the way. And that's taken care of. We'll tidy up the lime and the fertilizer. I want to... Okay. So much to do, and so little time to do it. But only today. So, I need grass. Let's pull this up to here, or unload it. Okay, how much grass do we have? This is oilseed radish. That is clover. That's canola. Okay, that's grass. We do not have nearly enough grass to plant that field. Oh, wonderful. Okay, for some reason I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Okay. We'll get someone to help us and we'll pick these up by hand and just drag them over. And the other one. Oh. There we go. Now, what have we got back there? We have triticale. I'm not planning to plant that. Oh, we got spelt. Because I did a seeding contract that required spelt, which is why we've got the extra. So I could use that. That's good. We have sugar beets, sunflowers, oilseed radish. I think canola's, no, clover. Clover's a problem. I'm not going to plant much in the way of more fields for clover until our sheep get out of hand. Canola, it's why I'm splitting canola and sunflowers next year, just because, yeah, we've got the seed for it. Now, if I wanted to plant wheat, I'd have to go and buy some wheat. As it is, I'm going to have to buy some grass, which I kind of wasn't planning on, but well, it is what it is. One of the other mods we added in the between times is we added the realistic seeder mod, which requires me to buy and plant the seeds I want in the ground. We do have access to generic seed, but you can control your costs better using the actual seed type you want. So if I want a field of wheat, I need to plant wheats. If I want a field of barley, I have to buy barley and plant it. I'm going to have to jump out and throw those over the edge as well, aren't I?